The forestry sector of Liberia is our hope for sustainable livelihoods.
I really want to be a forest ranger because I know that the forest is a very important resource in my country.
They are future forest rangers training to protect one of Earth's most important ecosystems, the Upper Guinea forest. Spread across 6 West African countries and regionally covering 1.2 million square miles, much of the Upper Guinea has been lost to widespread logging and unsustainable use of forest resources. Today, the largest portion, some 40% of the remaining forest, is in Liberia, and the country has taken some bold steps to protect and conserve the forest.
According to the Liberian Forestry Law 2006, it prescribes that 30% of the total forest area should be left for protected area. That means no one go into do hunting, logging, farming, or what have you. It only be there for conservation.
Our topic today.
That is why these men and women undergoing training at the Liberia Forestry Training Institute to become forest rangers are critical to the government of Liberia's long-term effort to protect the Upper Guinea.
They are the frontline soldiers.
So, folks, thank you for joining us. This is Screen Vision, and we are coming to you live from Kigali, the capital city of Rwanda. So, wherever you are watching this evening, we want to say sorry for coming on very late. Try to linger with our guests, most especially from LIB. It can be, somehow challenging to get guests from Liberia. It's not an easy thing. Sometimes a network issue, but we hope that things will welcome soon for us. So we've been trying to bring the guests on, but we're finding it difficult to have the guests on tonight. So I think we're going to have the discussion. We're going to discuss the issue because we are, environmentalists. We are ourselves. So not because the guest is absent, so we will not discuss the topic. And because the topic on the discussion tonight is very, critical for Liberia. People people need to be informed about what is going on within our country as respect to the environmental issues that our country faces with. So tonight we have a very important topic, very unique topic. We will be looking at the interplay of inadequate waste management and public health crisis in Liberia. As you may be aware, Liberia, for those of you who are in Liberia, there are a lot of challenges we face when it comes to waste management. So we're going to dive into the topic. I'm waiting for my other colleagues to come on. I just gave you, the topic so that you can try to brainstorm on it. Because we will need, your contribution. You have to say something about the topic. It's not only about us. The issue of environmental problem, is affecting the entire world. So everyone needs to play their own role when it comes to, protecting the environment. Everyone needs to contribute when it comes to the protection of the environment because we have one environment, right? So to speak. There are many environments you may say, but in other words, we have one environment in the sense that if you are in Liberia and if you carry on a pollution in Liberia, that identical pollution you carry on in Liberia, it won't stay in Liberia alone. It's going to migrate from Liberia and go to neighboring countries. So that's why if you have observed all the time, people, why do you think somebody a country like Norway will give Liberia a certain amount of money, yeah, to save their forest, to protect the forest? What business does Norway have with Liberia? Looking at the distance between Norway and Liberia, so it just tells you that we have one environment That's why you see whenever they go for the conference, the COPs programs, sometimes you hear those developed countries. They usually say those developed countries needs to pay more because that the polluter pay principles, because they are the one polluting the environment more, so they need to pay more money. And for us in Liberia, for example, we have the forest. Though we pollute the environment, but it's not to that extent. How many industries, we have in Liberia? How many industries are in Rwanda? How many industries in Sierra Leone? How many industries in Guinea? So those in the Western world, they pollute the environment more than we do in Africa. And we have the forest. That's why you see they usually give some finances and other thing to protect the environment, to protect our forest, because the forest plays a major role, when it comes to environmental protection. But today we are not going there. We are discussing something relating to waste. So while we are watching tonight, I want you to join this conversation because this topic is very, very important to Liberia. It's critical. This topic needs to be discussed. We need to even carry on awareness in various communities, informing people about this topic, making them to know the importance of clean environment, making them to know the importance of safe environment. A safe environment. This topic is very significant to Liberia. It's very important to Liberia. So whether you are watching, I just want you to join the conversation tonight. Tell somebody, talk to somebody, tell them that Screen Vision is live. And let come to discuss, this important issue when it comes to, waste management as it relates to public health, the connection between waste management and the other public health. It's a waste management, but what waste really get to do with public health? Like seriously, you have to come on so we can discuss this identical issue tonight. Waste got serious, most especially improper disposal of waste. It have serious implication on public health. So that's why we brought this topic tonight, so we all can discuss it. And then you give your input. Somebody say you thought I thought. Go in the comment section. Try to start discussing something. Try to drop your own comment in the comment section as it relate to this topic tonight. This is Screen Vision. We are live already, and sorry, like I said, sorry for coming late. And for tonight, we now have our guest on because of some technical issue he's facing from Liberia. We tried, that's the reason you will see we have to come on late. But happy here, we have to discuss the topic. We are environmentalists, we are growing environmentalists. So why should we wait? Say, because we don't have the guest, so we should just leave, the topic, postpone the show for another day. No, we cannot do that. So we have to discuss the topic tonight. So if we are live, if you are seeing us on Facebook, please send a signal. I don't know what is going on. Like, I'm facing some technical problem as well. Uh, so we want you to join the conversation wherever you are. I mean, watching tonight. Thanks for watching Screen Vision. Join the conversation. So let have a very fruitful discussion tonight. This is the environmental talk. Every Wednesday we're going to be here to discuss the issue environmental talk. So whenever you are watching, tell somebody that the environmental talk is on. So why this topic is so important, unique to Liberia? Why? As you may be aware, Liberia face significant waste challenges, particularly in urban areas like Monrovia. You know that. In urban area, Liberia faces significant, uh, uh, improper disposal of waste. And this identical activities, it leads to a lot of implications when it comes to the public health, the health of those who live within the environment, the health of people who are in surrounding community. So I want us to come on online tonight to discuss the topic. This is the environmental talk. I'm still trying to, I'm waiting for Mame. If you okay now, you can sing that me so that you can come on. Want to bring Victor Mame on, and the man Broski Gwambei. He's at the back. He was on John. Actually, he's the host for this program. So Victor, what's going on? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm not hearing you, Victor. Just say something.
Yeah, except from my end, I think my connections are a bit better now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Although
are
I'm
good.
still
I'm getting.
thinking. Okay.
Yeah, you are loud. I hope you are getting me as well. Am I clear from your end?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
yeah,
good.
I'm getting you clear.
So we try to bring on our guests, and because of some technical issue, we cannot we will not be hosting our guest tonight because he's facing some technical problem. But we couldn't sit because our guests will not appear tonight, so we should just leave the environmental talk undone, like postponing the show. And we are
No.
all growing environmentalists, So I think it's important that we ourselves, discuss the issue. And I think people have already started following and making their comments, so we can discuss the identical topic tonight, because the issue of waste, the implication of improper waste disposal in Liberia on public health is somehow alarming in Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah. So people in Liberia trying to post on things. And folks, if you are watching, we want to say welcome to Screen Vision. If you're in the US, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself and you join the conversation tonight. This is Screen Vision Live. And tonight on Screen Vision is environmental talk. Every Wednesday is environmental talk at about this time. 9 o'clock Rwanda time, 7 p.m. Liberia is environmental talk. So every Wednesday, just come here, you're going to learn something. We were bringing an expert, yeah, somebody who into this, an environmentalist, but we couldn't have him on. So Victor, how you doing this evening? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing fine and just relaxing home. Yeah, I was just having some difficulty in joining the show on time, but I think it's okay by now. Yeah,
Okay.
so
So we're going to jump in this discussion while we await our books. So this identical topic, Victor, this identical topic that we are discussing tonight. What's your take on it as it relates to Liberia? Because we are discussing Liberia tonight. Victor, are you getting me?
in our country Liberia, yeah, I'm getting you. I hope you're getting me too.
Yeah. Yeah. We are looking at tonight, we are looking at
Am
the
I okay now?
interplay of, yeah, you are okay. I'm coming. Tonight we are looking at the interplay of inadequate, waste facility in Liberia and the impact on the public health. So implication. So what's your take on this topic?
Yeah, so as I was saying, the issue of waste management in our country is still seriously challenged. Yeah, so we are actually lacking the adequate infrastructure that will help to tackle the issues of waste management. And the adverse impact on public health is very, very dangerous. Yeah, so government still need to do more when it comes to
I think Brooks, you have to sorry, Brooks, you have to mute yourself, please. Yeah, so go ahead, sorry. Sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead,
so
mommy.
government need to do more. Yeah, government need to do more to put in measures that will be able to. I was reading a report that says the city of Monrovia generates about 600 tons of waste on a daily basis. And those
Just
waste
imagine that.
that yeah, those waste that will be generated on a daily basis, we don't have a landfill, we don't have a disposal site. So at the end, you those waste will end up maybe in the community, in the streets, and then some of them will end up in various garbages in the drainage, causing serious blocking waterways and things, causing serious uh, health and environmental problems within our society. So the issue of waste management in our country is a serious, serious challenge that our government and national and international partners really, really need to work in hands to see how best. And implementations of those policy too, we also have to look at how can those policy be, because maybe we have those policy when it comes to waste management, but lack of logistics can also serve as a
We will definitely get there. I just wanted you to give your intro as it relates to the topic. We may already start discussing the topic. So you see, we couldn't sit and then just leave the day undone because we have experts, we have growing environmentalists, we have soon to be degree holder in rural development, in environmental management and conservation. We already have degree holder. So I mean, environmental talk. We have guests, no guests. We will discuss the issue because like we said, the topic tonight is the interplay of inadequate waste management and public health crisis in Liberia. Yes. So people in Liberia. I want us to start the conversation bit by bit. I want us to start the conversation bit by bit. Firstly, let's look at the word waste. What is waste? So that our public, there are other people, somebody might be following, but they don't understand when they talk about waste. What is waste?
sure,
Let's
sure.
discuss the topic from there. Yeah, let's start from there.
Okay,
What's your
so
input on this?
yeah, yeah, as you said, you just direct it so that we can discuss it portion by portion.
Yeah.
So yeah, so first of all, when we talk about waste, we are referring to those items that maybe when you go to the market, you buy the plastic, you buy your food stuff, and then after cooking, those deaths, the unwanted particle that will remain after cooking, that's what we refer to as the waste. Yeah, maybe the
Sure.
plastic after after eating the biscuit, after slashing the green. Yeah, when you finish, the cartoons and things, you put your things in. Yeah. So uh, how to properly manage those things, or those unwanted items after cooking, those unwanted items that will be left within your home that you say, oh, carry the one to the dumper or the dump site. That's what we are referring to as waste.
Okay. So, bros, if you are okay, just give a signal so we can bring you on because you are at the back. So, folks, if you are watching, this is Screen Vision, and tonight is Environmental Talk. I'm Tatos V Bala, and I have a man, Victor Mame. So, you just listen to Victor giving you the clear understanding when it comes to waste. Anything for just come on, anything that is no longer in use is waste. Maybe you say you buy, for example, you buy this shirt and you don't want to use the shirt anymore. It's
Hmm.
considered to be waste. You buy a food, you don't want to eat the food, or you don't want to give it to another person to consume the food, you decide to dispose the food, is waste. You just listen to Victor. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing you. It just clear. So anything that is no longer in use, you have your old shite, you have your that old rubber dish in your house, that spoon, that cup that is no longer in use, and you are not giving it to another person to use it, to make use out of it, and you decide to take it and just wrap it, put it in the garbage. That is waste. So tonight we look. I mean, the reason why we did not postpone the topic or the show tonight because it's very important to Liberia. People need to be informed. People need to be educated when it comes to the issue of waste management in our country.
Sure.
Come here, let me bring you on. Welcome, Brooks. By the way, Brooks is the host for this show. I was just trying to do one or two we're with Brooks. Brooks, welcome. Okay, Tata, thank you very much, you guys, for starting the show. And due to some technical problems, we were not able to enter studio soon. And our guest tonight was not able to come, like you rightfully said, which I want to appreciate you and Victor for starting the show. I think it's a pleasure being here tonight. We expect a very fruitful discussion from our guests, but we just want to apologize to our audience for the technical problems the guest has been facing. Even myself, there have been some problems that I've been facing with my gadget. So that's why I'm just entering the studio. So I want to appreciate every one of you for starting. The topic tonight is very much important. Liberia is situated, uh, especially Monrovia is situated to a very suitable area, and with the inhabitants, with the citizens, especially in Liberia, the improper disposal of waste has become some of the problems that we face in Liberia, and that's actually posting serious issues on the country, especially when it comes to environmental degradation. So tonight, our discussion will be fascinating. Like you said, we cannot leave that undone. On the show, we have, I mean, every one of us on the show, we are all environmentalists. So discussing this topic among us tonight, I think the public will be able to learn much from us, and we ourselves will be able to learn and then see how we can disseminate the information out there. So in so doing, I I believe you have already started the show. So can we continue from where you started? I mean, where you stopped, or you can Yeah, proceed yeah, from man. there. Or You are the host. You are the host. We were just trying to give some intro, yeah, because we couldn't just sit waiting, waiting for you. So you can start where maybe you can start from where we stop. So yeah, so that we can just okay, that's nice. Like we said, the topic tonight is very much important. I think on the flyer, you guys been seeing the topic. The topic is the interplay between. Are you guys hearing me? yeah, yeah, good. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. I just want to be very much. I mean, okay to the audience and every one of us to hear each other better. So, like I was saying, the topic tonight is all about how every one of us can discuss the issue the country is facing when it comes to improper disposal of waste, particularly in Monrovia and its surroundings. So I think we can dive into it tonight. Like Victor was saying, waste in a very layman understanding, where we need to discuss it for people who haven't sat in class before to understand the definition of waste, for them to know what is waste. Obviously, when you cook your food or when you use any material, the remaining of that material you throw it in the environment, the one that is unwanted. That's the best English for it. The one that is unwanted, like you go in a market, you buy a cucumber, you peel that cucumber, and then the one that is actually important for you to eat. After eating it, the parts that are not important, like the bite, the peeling, you throw it down. That is just waste. So that's the common definition that we can give to people to understand what is waste. Waste. So we say waste are material that are no longer useful, that are not needed in any way that you can throw out. And we know waste it has positive impact in the environment and it has negative impact in the environment. But basically, we'll be looking at the negative impact that waste plays in the environment. You know, waste in Morovia, it has actually impacted the country or in the city. People dispose uh, the, 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 the solid waste into the environment that causing series of problems to the environment. So waste actually causes water pollution. Like for instance, if you maybe went in the market and then bought certain foodstuffs or material. Maybe when you bought your mattress and then you brought that mattress and then some foodstuffs and other things. After you have taken the mattress from the plastic that is in, and then you just throw the plastic in the public or just down, or you go in the market, you buy water. After you have drank the water, you just throw the water bag or the plastic in the field. You know, it poses a lot of serious environmental problems. You know, when the material, those unwanted material, when they go into the when reinforced, like in Rwanda, yeah, though in Liberia we have drainage system in some places, but not in every area. But in Rwanda, where we are, there's a very unique drainage system here. So if I believe you're hearing me clear. That does? You are good. I'm getting you. Okay, that's fine. Like in Rwanda, they got a very unique drainage system that it transpose those sewages, those water that can be running off after reinforce, or maybe the 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 waste, like the water, the kitchen water that can be used, or bathroom waste or something like that. It can transport it to the downstream. Sometimes, like for in Morovia, we don't have a very good drainage system, I would say, in that way, which the government needs to put in effort, or the environmental management team needs to put in effort to see how best they can construct a drainage system. So when you just litter, when you carry on littering, meaning when you eat your food or when you in the street, anything that in your hand that is not needed, that is unwanted, that we consider waste, you just drop it in the street. That's what we call littering. So when reinforce, it will they run off, when there is a runoff, the water, when the rainwater is moving to the downstream, sometimes it will block the dirt that you are littered in the field, or you are littered outside there. It will it will block the channel that the water supposed to roll in and go downstream. Automatically, where you can see, when sometimes it can cause flooding, where in Moravia sometimes you will see flooding will occur and other things. That's some of the causes of flooding. And then waste also causes serious environmental pollution. It contaminates the waterways, like I said. The opening and the dumping of inadequate landfill, the management, improper management of that landfill, in any other area that is situated. When the waste is not managed properly, automatically that toxic materials that can be like generated from the waste, it causes serious environmental pollution. It causes serious environmental problems that, you know, obviously in waste, in material, like those unwanted material, when they are later or when they are thrown in the field or down, they can decompose them. You got decomposer, little microorganisms, they can decompose them. So when they decompose them, they you will see those decomposers, they are important to the field as well, to agriculturists. But on the other hand, when they decompose those waste, the waste become rotting in the environment. It starts smelling, posing serious pollution, environmental pollution, and they smell, putting out some we call sulfur dioxide, maybe something that uh, nitrate. Also, it start posting those chemicals into the field. I mean, into the environment, causing serious health problems to people. Like I said, the waste can clog the waterway as well, causing air pollution. So diving into these things tonight, I think it is very much important for people to listen to us and see how best we can propose some measures, regulatory measures, or let's say not regulatory measures, because the regulatory measure will come from the government, but the mitigation measures or that can reduce some of those uh, activities that can cause waste, and how to properly manage or waste, especially at the household level. Yeah, at the household level, and even in the street, or even people who can come and collect the waste, which they can segregate the waste. If there is a proper way to segregate waste before taking it to the landfill, the landfill is where they can take the waste and carry it, and then some manufacturing process can take place as well to the landfill. The waste, you can use the waste sometimes to generate another thing from it. Like waste, like I told you, waste is actually important too, because those biofuel, we call them biofuel, those material, the biodegradable waste, the people, the cooking gas we use, actually it can be produced from it, the cooking gas. So that cooking gas is from the biodegradable waste. We call it biofuel. So that's the important part of waste when it's actually managed properly. If you and I can take that business, or take that challenge as opportunity and make inside of it, I mean, our country, the other country doing it, it doesn't mean that you yourself you can't do it, or our people are doing it. So the best thing our people need to tell our people back home is to educate them on how to properly manage waste, and for the government to actually take regulatory steps that people will be able to segregate waste at the household level, because that's the major area at the household level, and be able to bring infrastructure that will be able to manage waste management infrastructure, that they will be built at the landfill or at any other point, like maybe dummy, you get trash can. Some of those things, that thing you can these are easy measures you can put in place to see how you can manage those things. So diving into this topic tonight, this topic is very unique, which we expected our guest to come and discuss it in detail. And for him, one of the things I really wanted for this guest to kind of discuss the topic is because this man is from the angle of law enforcement. He's from the angle of
Okay.
law enforcement. Yeah, he's a policeman and also an environmentalist. So some of those roles that they are playing in the environment, or the regulatory measures that they putting in place, especially for him coming from the field of environmental studies and as a policeman, and looking at Liberia as a case study tonight, or Monrovia as a case study. Well, when you go Waterside or when you go Clowertown, you see improper disposal of waste. When you go Red Light, when you go Douala Market, when you go not just let's say Gobacho Market, you will see when the people bring their goods from the interior part of Liberia or somewhere, after selling, or not even just after selling, but some of those goods they can bring and get rotten. When you go there, you'll see a I mean, dirt, waste. They're looking at house and people living around those places eating. And they living, they living with flies. They living with those let's say those flies that can transport diseases, those organisms that can transport diseases from diet or from waste to human being. They live with them, and they do it as a normal thing. Ignorantly, they feel that they just have to do it because the government is not putting in place measures to see how best they can mitigate those things to reduce the improper disposal of waste. So I really wanted for Mr. Lagama, who should have been our guest tonight, to come and discuss this issue, that the public can interact with him and we ourselves to interact with him and see how best they can show all the way forward and show and tell us what the security or the law enforcement is doing towards that, or the government is doing towards that. So having said that, I will pause here and then like give the flow to you, to Victor. Like Victor was discussing before I could come in, to see how best we can make this discussion tonight an interactive discussion to find solutions, to propose our own common solutions that people who following us, they will be able to hear, and then maybe one way or other they will start practicing those things that we will tell them tonight. So Victor, you can come in.
Okay, so as we started first, we were looking at what is waste, and then from waste, I think we'll be looking at what can we do to minimize those wastes, and then maybe we'll also look at from the angle of government, because we know as uh, those wastes, as I was saying, I was reading through a report that says the city of Monrovia can generate over 600 tons of waste on a daily basis. So once we don't have proper disposal of those waste, they will end up in a community. They will end up in the drainages. And then when you have a community or an environment that is overcrowded or overtaken by the waste, it leads to serious health crisis. That is why in Liberia, when somebody here hurt, you go to clinic, they will tell you, oh, that malaria or that typhoid. Because those the waste can attract insects, it can attract rats, roaches, and then uh these insects, they are carriers of those bacteria. Someone here, if not malaria, it will be typhoid or it will be cholera. They are all being a cause of waste or improper waste disposal within our environment. Yeah. So those practices have a serious adverse health crisis in our society. Government need to do best, and one thing lacking is awareness. Yeah, public awareness. You can see people can sweep their houses. Someone will sweep their yard, take the dirt from their yard, and go place it on the road, saying that, oh, that government responsibility. Sometimes they throw it within the drainage. You see it? So lack of awareness will make people to dispose dirt to where it is not, or where it is supposed to be disposed. In knowing the health impact of those waste to their own health. Yeah. So another thing is creating the awareness, informing our people about the danger of waste. If you don't properly dispose your waste, then sometimes you just powder the waste and then you light fire, thinking that it is the proper way of disposing your waste. Lighting, putting fire in garbages is very, very dangerous to our health. So our people need to be educated. Our people need to receive the information. They need serious awareness. They need to know the health implications of those waste that we dispose within our environment. Are you following?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, another key steps that government can take, or even the media or any other individual from the background of environment can take, is creating awareness, telling our people the danger of those waste that we place within our environment. You take the
So,
dirt,
so,
you put it,
so, Victor,
yeah,
you are just firing, going continuously. I want us to both me, and I want us to take it like step by step.
mm-hmm,
And yeah, because if you we already discussed the issue of waste, and both what is waste, we look at the waste, and then
yeah,
we look at the implication of this improper disposal of waste to the environment. How does it impact the environment if the waste is not disposed properly, or waste are not disposed properly? What's the implication on the environment? So
yeah,
if we can educate the public on that, then we can go to the next one. So I don't know. You are in flight, so just close up. Be
yeah.
the
So
host
I
for
will
you.
just end on the I will just end on the implications of those waste that will be over accumulated within the environment. First of all, when you improperly dispose your waste, you should know that the effect will come back to you. It will not come directly to government. You say, oh, that government's also cleaning, that government's also remove the dump site. So you just improperly dispose it, like the example that was setting, putting fire in your dumper. You powder the dirt, then you put fire there, tell the children they let fire inside. And then the children playing around, they will inhale some of those chemicals that will be burning. Yeah. So it has serious health effects on them. If you allow it, or if you improperly dispose your dirt, the first effect is your health. Your children will not be able to play around safely. Sometimes some of the dirt, it can be mixed up with a lot of particles. Yeah, it might hurt your children, and then it might contaminate your water. Because in Liberia, most of the water we drink there, we get it from the well. Yeah, most community, the water we drink there, we get it from well. So if you have a community that is overtaken by a dirt, dump out everywhere, and then when the rain falls, some of the dirt or flow down into our wells. You seen it? So drinking those waters again, it make the water very dangerous for your health. It lead to waterborne diseases. And then when you burn it too, it also lead to airborne diseases. Yeah, so it has a lot of different health implications to ourselves.
Okay, I was muted. Like you said, burning waste, it has those effects that you just mentioned. Few, which we know
Mhm.
they are very much dangerous in the environment, especially when you are burning waste, or when you just discharge the waste in the environment. There are serious effect. So going forward, I would like for you to like be a bit precise in telling the public or people who are ignorantly doing those things. They,
Coming
they,
back.
they, they, they are ignorantly doing those things because they don't know the 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 adverse effect of those things, of waste. Uh, Somebody will say, I will burn my waste. Send
Yeah.
government, send this is my land, I will burn the waste. Okay, I will not be able to transport it, Zogo will not be able to come for it. This those are things that we will already touch tonight. So, what do you think will be the serious impact in burning waste? I want just want for us to capture that point for that people get the knowledge about it and, and know the effect or the impact it has on them that they don't know. But
You know,
from us tonight, we'll let to know it.
yeah, burning your waste, putting a fire in a dump site or in a dump part is very very dangerous. We feel that it is a convenient way of getting rid of your dirt, but equally so it is very very dangerous. It can cause serious respiratory disease. Yeah,
Sure.
we feel that maybe, yeah, you don't want to pay someone to get the dirt out, or sometimes you feel that, oh, throwing the dirt away, maybe it will take you time, more especially dry season. You say, oh, but all the dirt isn't dry, just put fire inside. Yeah, we feel that it is very easy. It is one of the common method of getting rid of our waste, but it is it
That's
is the
good.
dangerous.
Mm, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it is a dangerous means of getting rid of your waste. Yeah,
Okay,
because as
that's
though,
good.
yeah, as
Mm,
though they're burning, you
mm.
usually see that thick smoke coming out.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, so they are very very dangerous. They are very very dangerous. They can lead to serious respiratory diseases.
Okay, okay. That's fine, Victor. That you are actually right. You are actually right. Like Victor said, actually, when you are burning waste, it has serious problem. It poses serious problem to the environment. Let's discuss the environment first. It poses serious problem to the environment. One of the things that we need to capture here, he's actually right. It poses airborne diseases. The rest it causes respiratory problems, where you will see people will start experiencing some headache, people will start experiencing cold, people will start experiencing some sore throat, they will start giving them that lung problems, they will start giving them some heart problems. These are all respiratory problems that can cause those effects. So burning your waste is actually dangerous. We need to stop it. And when we look at the environmental impact, when you burn, like we environmentalists, we are advising people to mitigate or to reduce burning, because burning, it has serious impact on the environment, on climate change, on the climate. It causes climate change, because if you burn, a mute greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. The greenhouse gases, the carbon dioxide, greenhouse gases that maintain, not just maintain gas, but greenhouse gases like let's say nitrogen oxide, greenhouse gases like sulfur dioxide. Those are dangerous gases that when are muted, emitted into the atmosphere, it affect the ozone layer. And it has serious problems when it comes to climate change. The climate change that we are experiencing today, when you emit huge amount of sulfur dioxide and natural oxide into the atmosphere, the result is you experience what we call acid rain. You experience acid rain. When those gases interact with the water vapor in the atmosphere, you experience it, it results into what we call acid rain. It comes back to us on the surface. And like Victor rightfully placed it, when you improperly dispose waste in the environment, the impact comes directly to you. You feel the direct effect. It causes health problems to you, where you can experience waterborne diseases, because when those waste, when they are degraded, and then they go into the soil, they affect the water body. And then besides that, when reinforced, and then there's a runoff. When the water runoff from the surface, they diet all those waste. A liquid waste, a chemical waste, or hazardous waste. I will name some of those waste to you tonight to know some of those things that you are producing. Generating those waste is not just it, but knowing them and knowing the effect. That's where we are speaking from. So it is necessary that we try to understand these things and see how best we can minimize. We don't say you can produce waste. Yes, it's important that you can produce waste. But if waste, when there's some measures, there are measures put in place, there are waste management strategy put in place, when there are waste management infrastructure put in place, that when you produce those waste, there will be waste vehicle to come for it, and then carry it to a landfill, and then they produce what we call methane gas out of it. The methane gas is just the cooking gas that you use in a tank in your home. You use it on stove, and they are very important. And these are what we call renewable energy. And the renewable energy, it helps in they emit less greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. The methane gas is one of the renewable energies, are one of the technologies that coming that reduce the huge emission of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So if you produce a waste, if government put in measures that those waste will be collected and be transported to the landfill, and then the manufacturer, they recycle the waste. When you recycle the waste into another product, some waste, the biodegradable waste, some biodegradable waste, you can produce what we call, you can produce a paper out of it. Like Rwanda, yeah, the paper they're producing, that they're using envelope, those are the waste they recycling, and then you're producing those things out of. And they are very important. They are very important. Like Victor said, if you dispose the waste, it will definitely cause waterborne diseases for you, respiratory illnesses, and some vector-borne diseases, like when you don't waste, vector-borne disease, some like malaria. If you put, if like in like I was giving an example about uh let's say red light, Gobacho. If you the waste that look in the house that was there when I used to visit Gobacho, is a horses mosquitoes, a horses roaches, a horses lot of vector carriers, vector-borne disease carriers. And those carriers, they transport those diseases to people. And then where you can see people getting malaria. When you go to the hospital, you see people getting malaria, they get typhoid, they get, rat. Those are places those things can live. So if you
Rat the
produce
roaches.
roaches, it will
Mm-hmm.
produce waste, and then we are not managing those waste properly. These are the adverse effects. These are the adverse effects that come back to us. These are the adverse effects that come back to us. And where government is now, one way or the other, taking the responsibility to mitigate those things, we ourselves as household, we need to put our own measures in place. At the household level, the best way you can segregate your waste, when you can buy your little trash can. When you produce your waste, you put it down, you put it inside. And then it is very dangerous that we said to burn those waste. It is very dangerous to burn those waste. And then like in Rwanda here, when you put a waste in a household, there's a team that responsible to transport those waste to the landfill. And then they can bring a car every, there's a settle time. Maybe this district or this sector or this particular area community, Every
Mhm.
Saturday they'll be removing your waste. Or every Friday they'll be taking your waste. Taking a waste, they are paying them for it, and then they are carrying those waste to the landfill, and then they recycling those waste, making new things out of it. Making new things out of it that the society or the community can also in turn use those things.
Mhm.
So before going further, I would like to name some of those waste tonight. So at a household level, people who listening to us to be educated about that. Though we that have taken those responsibility to come like in school and learn those things, we know the advantages and disadvantages, the average effects of those things that if they are not properly managed will come on us. But unfortunately, our people who don't know much about those things, they do it ignorantly, and they feel that they are doing the right thing. Maybe they burn when they burn it, but the government should be able to take step actually. Like I was saying, we have a lot of waste or several types of waste. We have a solid waste. The particular solid waste that it can be those waste that can be like food scraps, like garbage that you can produce. Some of those things that you package, you discard, like material. Victor, we can name some of those things. Like those some can be biodegradable. Like
Mhm.
the solid waste. Some can be biodegradable and some can be non-biodegradable.
Yeah, some can be.
You get plastic, you get uh
And
you can name some.
among all of those waste, the plastic waste is the most dangerous one because
Where I'm
they don't
there
eat.
where I coming to. There where I coming to.
Yeah,
There where I coming to. And we get a hazardous waste.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hazardous waste, these are materials that are very much dangerous to people, to human health, and also to the environment. And some of those hazardous waste that you might not know, the battery that we can produce, the torchlight, when you remove the
Mhm.
battery from inside, the old battery, you throw it in the environment.
Yeah, yeah.
It contains chemical. It contains serious chemical. When it remains there, it gets decayed. Automatically the chemical will be discharged into the environment and will affect you. Then I'm not talking about burning it.
And
When
the
you
water you.
they very good. You burn it, when you burn it, automatically you pollute the environment. The chemical, some of those chemical, like just the key example I just show you, like people will use their computer battery, or they will use their torchlight battery, or they will use something like those medical waste.
Medical waste.
Those medical waste, maybe from the clinic or from the hospital, these are hazardous waste. It contains hazards. It contains those dangerous substances. So if you dispose them in the environment, you are posing serious threat to the environment and to yourself, because it can cause environmental degradation, and it also causes what we call airborne diseases to yourself. It causes serious health problem to you. And then some of those waste, they get some recycling waste or recyclable waste that you can recycle. Those material they contain, like they are also dangerous to human life and the environment. But basically, they are like grasses that you can commonly go and burn. The grasses, the paper, the plastics, the metals, heavy metals, some of those things. You can recycle them. You can recycle them. That's why Rwanda banned plastic. But I asked this question, why Rwanda banned plastic? I said actually true that Rwanda banned plastic. The answer my lecturer gave me is yes, but not all plastics. Victor, you getting me? Victor, I guess you getting me. Victor, Okay, I think Victor is still there. So
Victor
he
is not
said,
Victor is not available. I think he just went off.
like the title I was saying, he said not all plastics are bound. I said how? He said there are plastics that contain hazards, that contain chemical, or there are plastics that can be discharged into the environment. You know, plastics are waste, are material that can remain in the environment when you dispose them. They remain there for over 100 years. They cannot be degraded. They remain there for years. So they have serious problems within the environment. Like some of those biodegradable waste, the paper, when you drop paper here today, when reinforce on it, after a few days, you will not see that paper again, right? That paper will
Yeah.
degrade automatically.
Yeah.
But plastic, yeah, plastic will remain there for over 100 years. So if you put plastic here today, you can't, you put it there tomorrow, you put it there the after tomorrow. Let's say if you put it there for 1 year, come here, what becomes of the environment? You are parloring it and will remain there for over a long time. And that the functioning of that environment or that particular soil that you are putting those plastics will not function well. And we should also understand that the soil has serious impact to everything. Let's say in that way. The soil has the ability to 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 filter, that is to filter the rainwater or water, to remove the chemical and then discharge it maybe into the downstream or maybe into the wetland. And it can filter those chemicals, not for them to reach the underground water that is used for drinking. So if you can waste those non-biodegradable waste into the environment, the plastic, it remains there for a very long time and it cannot be degraded. And it poses serious problem to our health and also to the environment. So again, one of the things is one of the things I was talking about, the waste is the liquid waste. This is very dangerous too, which we need to take into consideration. Like the water, the wastewater we can waste ordinarily, maybe from the kitchen waste, you go in the bathroom, you take bath, you after using the water in the bathroom and something, that not just pure water now, but those waste, the water that is not needed, that is contaminated already, you discharge it in the environment. Or you waste oil. I'm not discussing just ordinary oil. Maybe oil like those refined oil, or maybe natural oil that is extracted from 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 the field, or maybe gasoline. All those things, these are waste, and it has serious problem within the environment. Those grease, those liquids, they are harmful
Yeah.
to the environment, to you and I. And then let me tell you the last one, and maybe then we can come in comment. The gaseous waste, like factory waste, that factory can pull out pollution and other things. It's very much dangerous, the burning of fossil fuels into the environment. Those fossil fuels, when you burn them, they causes emission. I mean, they cause emission. Sorry. So when those fossil fuel cause emission, automatically it affect the climate,
Yeah.
causing a heat, start heating the climate, what we call global warming, and then it can lead to climate change. And this climate change or the global warming can affect the ozone layer, and the impact can come directly on us, where you can see excess sunshine, excess rainfall. They say this year rain just falling continuously. Oh, the whole I mean the climate change, all those things. These are some of those common things that can cause those things. So it is important that we put in place measures that government needs to come in with direct collaboration with the local community and see how best we can minimize those things. And I really wanted for the guests to be here tonight to touch some of those things and some of those enforcement measures that they putting in place, because we are so concerned about our country, comrade. We come in other country and we see those things set up. You can walk on Rwanda Street here or Kigali Street. You eat food, you just later that material that in your hand, the unwanted one that in your hand into the field. It's not possible. You maybe apparently when the security now see you, you are blessed. But when the security sees you, automatically you'll be arrested. So why you think it can happen in Liberia? So I really wanted him to be part of this show tonight and discuss this thing. Yeah, when there is a policy framework, there's a policy framework put into place that the government is working with, that the government is implementing it. The policies are there, we know. But when the implementation is not there, it becomes problem. It becomes problem. So it is very much important that we that have gotten little knowledge about these things and educate our people and give the local people the awareness and give the public education so they can be aware of those things, and when they're doing it, so they can know the adverse impact or effect on them. So, commentator, you can come in. You can come in. If we man this thing tonight, we'll keep discussing it seriously.
Indeed, if you mind this thing tonight, we'll continue to discuss it. This topic is actually important and is significant to Liberia. So you guys have discussed a lot, and I've been sitting like listening for following the conversation. But in our country, we have serious problem like you guys rightly said when it comes to waste collection. So the issue about proper waste disposal in Liberia is a serious problem. So the inadequate collection and disposal system in Liberia, we need something like that. Currently in Liberia, we have inadequate waste collection and disposal system in Liberia. So you find out in many areas, street corners, you see there are a lot of waste all in those places. And at the end of the day, it creates once the waste pile up to a particular area, it creates a breeding ground for insects. So you say mosquito and all that stuff. And those same mosquito at the end of the day, it goes back to the environment in your home, in your house. You know what can happen when mosquito pass you in a laboratory. So we have to put system in place. We have to create the avenue for more people to invest into waste collection. We need more waste collection companies in Liberia. Because I think if we have those waste collection companies in Liberia, and you also, like Victor is saying, educate the people about the impact of the waste, but we are lacking of that. Constant awareness, educate the people. What would be the implication on their health if they doesn't dispose the waste properly? What will be the implication? The implication on their health.
Tato, let me
So
hold you there. Let me ask you this question. Before you go forward, let me ask you this question. Like you
Mhm.
rightfully said, we need waste management, maybe institution or organizations in Liberia to see how best they can do those things. But you said, yeah, it is important that we educate those people to know the impact of waste on themselves or on the
Mhm.
environment.
Mhm.
But yes, we go in the environment, we educate those people. Waste is not imaginary something. It is something that you can see. It is something that is like, which words should we use for it? It's something that you can see and touch. And when you generate those waste, they will be seen there, they will be there and will affect you.
Sure.
So if at a household level, when there is no measures like removing those waste, and you go just go educate those people, what impact do you think we have on them? Despite
So, so,
educating them,
so,
and those infrastructures are not put in place.
so I just told you that uh, in Liberia we are lacking of inadequate waste collection and disposal system, which we need. We are lacking of that. It's one of the current challenges that Liberia face when it comes to the issue of waste collection. We are lacking this infrastructure, this system. And once these systems are put in place, that's why I started from this. I said we are lacking of inadequate waste collection, disposal system, which we need as a country. So government should what? Should encourage more people to invest into waste collection.
Mm-hmm.
You and myself here in Kigali, you know how many companies here in Kigali that are collecting waste on a daily basis. So you don't find people just taking the waste from their homes and then just putting it somewhere on the roadside. You have to see it. So if you have those systems in place, you encourage those people, you have the system in place, then you also have to educate the people, encourage, because if you just get a system in place and then those who in the community, some of them don't even know the impact of this way, those some of them they feeling the impact already. Like for example, you go places like radio, you see people sitting rest solid, dirt eating. They're
Yeah.
not really thinking about, what will happen to them. Sometimes you go and say, I get malaria, I get the other one, the other thing happening to me. They don't know. How can you sit side garbage, hold like people say dump site? If you see a park like or one concrete house sitting somewhere, and then you see rest side the water rolling all on your leg, they say they wear really sometimes they wear rainbows in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we have the infrastructure first, and then we try to educate these people, look, we have our infrastructure already, we have things in place, there are companies available to collect the waste. So this is what will happen if you are not disposing the waste. You will get this, you will get this, you will get malaria, you will get some of the waterborne diseases, this, that. Don't burn the waste. Keep it. Because mind you, those companies will not just go to your resident and then collect the waste for free. They need money to run the organization. So the people have to be educated, many to know the importance of disposing the waste properly. What will happen if it doesn't dispose it properly? And then now the company coming with the collection, tell how much you will pay. For example, if you have your whole house, how much you will pay per month for waste. I pay 3,500. We run out from every month to where I live. 3,500. Other people pay more than that. So once you have these things in place, you will see people, because it will not just happen overnight. It's a gradual process, but we need somebody who will take the same. And then if you have the infrastructure, those policies that will guard those infrastructure, that will govern those issues about those companies that are collecting waste, and make people to understand that, look, if you dispose waste improperly in the street, this is what will happen to you. So you walk in Kigali, say,
Definitely,
the place is very clean.
definitely.
There are some area for you to even urinate on the road. You feel shame of yourself. Nobody is there.
It's
No one there.
difficult. It's
Yeah. For
difficult.
you to for you to
No, there
urinate,
is.
your conscience will tell you that no, don't be there. You see the place. The
And,
place
and,
is
and,
clean.
Comrade, one of the things that I have observed in Liberia is at a household level, people will generate the waste, they pile out the waste, maybe in a bucket or maybe in a bag, the rest bag.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they will take those waste and hang it over to the Zogos. They say, go throw my waste away. Where the Zogos are
Yeah.
carrying the waste. And when they
In
take
the
the waste,
street.
when the Zogos take the waste, they maybe they take step, maybe they pass 2-3 houses, they drop it right in the street. You see, are they disposing this waste? No. They are putting a waste within the street, and
In the
they
street
are putting
community.
serious environmental threat on the environment and those that live within the environment. Like you say, I want to concur with you actually.
Yeah, yeah. So
When those infrastructure are built, or when people are available to provide those services in Liberia, like waste management system is put in place, where you got all of maybe like uh, institutions that are responsible for it. More than 3, 4, 5 institutions that are responsible for the disposal of waste, taking the waste from the environment, and they themselves too will benefit from the waste. Like I told you from the previous stage of this discussion, the benefit of waste. I explained it. You can produce your methane gas out of it. You can
And
recycle
and
those waste and make money out of it.
yeah, so
once, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so just like what Tata was saying, we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have landfill, but you have Zogos collecting dirt. So where do you think are they taking the dirt? If you have a nearby landfill, area maybe that was identified by government, that if you have a dirt, you can come and dump it here. If you pay Zogo to carry there, I want another thing we'll look at. But you
Victor,
tell Zogo to
Victor,
come.
Victor,
Yeah.
let me respectfully disagree with you in that direction. Even if you have a
Uh-huh.
landfill that is stationed somewhere, you tell it Zogo say go and dispose this waste. The Zogo will not carry them.
But
Yeah, at least for the fact that
are they the rightful people to
They
dispose
are not
those
the
those
rival
those
people.
those?
The
but
people
for
don't
the
give
fact
up.
that
$5. They don't give up $5, $10, and then one
yeah, yeah,
after they take this thing from here, you give them the money. They go into another person, and I see then they
yeah,
will take it, go to put it to another person's house, and that person will pay them again. They will take it, go to put it to another person's house, and they are not the rightful people.
it's a serious problem.
So it's very
Serious
much
problem.
important that maybe government open arms, or government invite people, or even our own Liberians, people can take responsibility of that and make use out of that challenge as opportunity and make money.
Let display something here from Liberia. I think I think it's not a recent one. I tried
Before
getting a
you
recent
guys
one.
are displaying it, let me recognize one of our comrades, our incoming comrades from India. Actually, he's following us tonight. Ambassador Samuel K. College. We actually appreciate you for following tonight. He says, "Thank you, guys. I am extremely grateful for following. Guy, we actually appreciate you for following us from India. He's one of the incoming comrades. So I don't want to speak about it much. So that continue. And
Yeah, so
also,
Yeah,
let take a look.
yeah.
Abu
Quickly, I
Balai,
wanted to quickly, I want us to look at the working of MCC.
sure.
Yeah. So I want us to look at the working of MCC and that of PCC. So I want to believe that these are all government entity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So who can audit them? Who can audit them if they are doing the right job or not? Because if government plays a government is spearheading the collections of debt. If there's a lapses, who come in to do the corrections?
Even the government said lack the infrastructure because you say Moreover City Corporation, they are responsible for city
Yeah.
ordinance. They're responsible for the city being clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if
Mm-hmm.
you are responsible for a city to be clean, you don't even have the equipment that you're going to use to really collect garbage. They don't have much. They are just few.
Yeah. So
And then
so what I was
go ahead.
what I was driving at is, if they can create a policy framework where maybe private entity will come and pick up from them that, oh, the sign of MOU, we are responsible to clean the city of Monrovia, then they can be there to formulate those policy, follow up to see that no private entity actually work towards cleaning of the city. But where you have MCC, you have a PCC, who responsible. It's the same government entity.
Yeah,
Yes,
I want to believe that.
they are just playing their parts. But there is
Mhm.
room are being created for people, for investors. There are some companies in Liberia that are actually collecting the garbage or waste from the environment. But Like the issue of people committing to in pain. Yeah, that's the issue those people having. People
Yeah,
are
yeah,
not
yeah.
really see it important
Yeah,
to them for them to.
yeah. So even if they themselves taking the responsibility to do that, they should have the infrastructure. That's what we are talking about. They should have those material, those equipments that they will use to collect those garbages from the environment. And they should be having maybe a particular location that is considered as a landfill that they will be able to discharge or dispose those waste when they collect them. And then giving the opportunity to other institutions that will come in. And then even if they themselves, because if institution comes in and then say, I want to take this responsibility, maybe for the portion of this city, maybe in Pinsville, they consider Pinsville. I want to take the responsibility to be cleaning Pinsville, to be collecting waste from there, and then sign the MOU with MCC or PCC, and they take that responsibility. And that responsibility or the MOU signed will be the working tools that they will use for maybe effective workings. And then besides that, the government will also be responsible to educate the households, provide the awareness to the people that our country or our city needs to be clean. When you visit, giving them some of the references, you reference some of those countries that if you go in, you will see how their cities are clean due to those measures put in place. You reference them, tell them that we need our city to be clean, and the waste that you are producing at your household level, we are giving you segregation equipment, the waste segregation equipment that you will be able to segregate the biodegradable waste different and the non-biodegradable waste different. Then at the end of every week or at the end of every 2 weeks, people will come here and collect those waste. And there's a certain amount of money that you need to pay. Giving Zogo every day, maybe 300 or 200 to go and then dispose your waste. You make them to understand. Put the discussion shoe.
Even if you give those people, for example, you're talking about giving household the garbage can. Zogo never take it in there.
Comrade, it is true
They will
that
see
Zogo
it
Zogo might
in
take it in the night. I come in. My point here is
For me, I don't even want to use. I don't even want to use my. They will steal it in there. They will take it
yeah,
definitely.
but even if they steal a rare, if they steal a, I know they might steal a, but if they steal those things, they might be replaced or the owner will buy a new one. Or the owner
You
will position. Yeah, every you get your kitchen right there where now you will know how to place your garbage to a particular area. Like some people they got a small cage or small kitchen for garbage. When they finish generating the garbage, they dump it in back. They set it in the area. At the end of the day, people come and take it right. But and then besides that, there should be enforcement measures, though policy framework that will enforce the process from the police, from the police, from the law enforcement officers. When these things, it's difficult to start it, but when you start it, people it will take time, gradual process for people to get used to it, and I believe people will get used to it. You see over there. Come here, which location is that?
Let play the video. You get a location.
Okay, play the video.
Let's see some of the things we've been discussing in reality. Yeah,
Yeah, this is what we're discussing reality.
sure.
the Monrovia City Corporation and that of the Painesville City Corporation as well to come and remove this huge garbage here. But unfortunately for them, the garbage have been stuck here for a couple of days. And so the Liberian TV network today, we thought it was to stop here and give you the actual look about the situation here today. So you see Liberians they are here surrounded by the place, and they do businesses around here as well. So this garbage have been here, and all we can say to our fellow Liberian is going back to election, elect me, vote for me, and then when I become president, this is what I would do, and this is what I would do, and this is what I would not do. But yet we have forgotten about the health of the people who today we are coming to say, hey, elect me, and you as an electorate, this is what I would do when you elect me. So
Real light.
Yeah,
They
that's
say
serious part of real life.
biggest market is real light. So you
Yeah, it's
see
serious part of.
the land, the way the garbage left, I don't know how to even describe that.
You know what that garbage is causing to people.
And you see people sitting all around a selling.
Oh yeah,
What they
people feel
do,
what
People are
they
around a
can do,
selling, eating.
they can do any other thing. These are the
Yeah.
same people that are producing the garbage, right? But the government should take charge, and then the people should be paying for the garbages they're producing, and then those garbages should be removed. That's what the people paying tax for, right? So it's actually bad, comrade. If okay, let me ask you a question. Say you been going to downtown. Say you been going to Kimirongo Market. Have you seen certain place that garbage set that
Y-
maybe by coincidence you have seen it when you are passing? Have you seen it? Comrade, you live near Kimirongo before.
Yeah,
What?
Brooks.
Mm.
Uh, one thing we should also look at, we shouldn't just focus on a payment that maybe people will not or people are not willing to pay. Just as we are saying, if you create the awareness, you educate the people. It is the same thing that happened here too. You think that people just start down waiting, they just start paying money for dirt? You know,
No, no, that's what we are saying. Educate the people, provide the
government
opportunity.
created the avenue. Yes, yes, government created the avenue, show the people, educate them the benefit of having a clean environment. Based on that, and also government came out with a policy, they placed that into their law. You seen it? So with that, when the citizens seeing the seriousness from the government, where in government have the infrastructure, you have people, it will not really cost you much. All depends the amount of dirt that you produce. Sometimes maybe per week you will be paying 200, 250, 150, 300 within that range. People are going to pay. Once you encourage the people, you educate them, they will pay.
So let's see the information from the Morva City Corporation quickly. Let's see what they have for us. And I think this is so important that we look at this. Yeah.
Dear viewers, this is Spoon TV with me, Sylvester Interplay. We are on Central Street in Central Monrovia. The place is being used as a transfer point or station. So recently, this the place was
facility. We will close this place, fix it and close it, and start to use the transfer station. As you can see, we have an ongoing work now, trying to remove the waste that are being disposed by the SME and CDEs.
they thought that Cedar Street was abandoned and the place was just like that.
Again, Silver Street was in abandoned.
Okay.
What we want to inform the public about is this place is a temporary holding site. On a daily basis, we receive approximately 30 loads on a daily basis. So normally, 30 trucks load from here on a daily basis. So normally we work in the night. Whenever you see waste is being powdered here, the following day we remove the waste because it's kind of costly to remove waste on a daily basis. It's very costly for the local government.
Okay.
Because the only project we have, the CLOS project, the TPRBA subsidy, that project have been closed June 30th. So now the local government depends on revenue, including the national government's subsidy they are getting us. So right now we are engaging partners to help us to see our best to subsidize our process.
Just bring the question to the city other law enforcement, to the Liberia City Police, who are there to enforce the law to clean the city, but they are not enforcing the law. What are you doing to straighten the law?
The city police is, listen, the city police issue is a rather sensitive issue. I would rather speak to it on a different day, and I will give you a brief synopsis. The city police, right now we need more education and awareness. We're trying to invest more into that before we can start rigid enforcement. There are some small arrests here and there, but we have recognized the need. In fact, we have engaged the donor partners, and again, they have consented that the next project will heavily invest in education and awareness. We've written a letter to the EU for the TPAT program, asking them to make waste management a vocational course in the Vocational Institute, and that conversation is active. That's some of the recommendations we've made. We believe that the people who are handling waste should be educated and certificated. They are our frontliners. They go from door to door. When we start to talk about people sorting waste at the source, they are the ones that will be the one to say, hey, please put your paper here, put your plastic here. So we are also working on that. How can we work with vocational institutions? And that is why the Ministry of Education will also be invited at that roundtable, because they will definitely be able to have that recommendation, how they can work to get it done. So, I hope, and then talking about the police, we're working with the Liberia National Police. We are working with the Liberia National Police to reform the Monrovia City Police. And didn't want to announce, but I will also let you know subsequently, we also have a public safety committee that will be chaired by the Honorable Chris Masakwe.
So I think, Mame, you listen to the city mail. We were just talking about education.
It's just the same.
Education,
Yeah.
education. It's important. You listen to the because the journalist posed the question asking what is the city police doing? And you say you were addressing another day, but you just want to give him some briefing that the issue about waste collection, waste management is everybody's business.
It's
So once it's
everybody.
everybody's business, people need to be educated. People need to
Sure.
be schooled about this thing, their impact. So come in, you saw I don't know, you saw the video, man. What's your take on the video? Brooks, you saw the video, your head were But damn,
My
but
hair was
I
my
don't.
hair was not bite. I was actually looking at it though. Our guest, he came and then he tried. He said he had been struggling to enter. So I was chatting with him. Comrade is actually disheartening when we see those things, and generally can ask police, I mean law enforcement officer, and no answer to that. We don't know actually where we are going. And then uh when the law enforcement officer, I mean, Liberia issue is complicated. It's actually complicated. I guess you guys are getting me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Liberia issue is actually complicated. I let's assume that the law enforcement officers are taking the responsibility to enforce the law. But when there is no infrastructure to remove those things, will the law enforcement officer be the one to remove it? No. So our actual saying here is that there should be infrastructure, and then there should be infrastructure put in place when they are working effectively and the law is there and the law enforcement officers are there enforcing the law. It will help for this thing to go on effectively.
But you listen to him. He said the issue of funders. Waste collection is actually costly. Now, government just giving them a certain amount of money that cannot even help them to continue the entire process. So they have to work with other NGOs to help in the process. The fellow spoke of a project that just ended, and he said they're trying to work with other institutions to help when it comes to the contribution of funders to the corporation. You need trucks, you need fuel, you need manpower to work. You need to pay those people. So if the subsidies government is giving them, if it cannot help them to that extent in the I really see the work will be limited. They won't work to probably the citizen expectation because of the fund they're getting from government. I think you're hearing saying something like that.
Sure. I heard you saying
Yeah.
something like that. So that's the same thing we were saying when there is no funds, when there is no support financially, those things cannot work just like that. They cannot work just like that. That's why the government needs to actually put in place all those measures. If you follow in a policy framework, there should be those infrastructure that the people will be able to use. There should be vehicles that will transport those waste or those garbages, and there should be landfill that is actually set to be able to segregate those biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste in the landfill. And then there should be manpower that are working there. Like there should be more than 2, 3, 4, 5 landfills in maybe in a city, or yes, in a city, that will help to speed up the work of those things. But when those things are not in place, you don't expect only one angle to work. It will be challenging actually. When the law is there, there should be enforcement. When the law enforcement is there should be infrastructure. When the infrastructure is available, there should be education at the local level and at the community, maybe the national level. Let people be aware of those things and take responsibility of their own action.
So they got some waste management facilities that they were touring. I don't know how those facility really working, whether it's still working effectively. Yeah. So that bill problem is kind of a big. Yeah. Is everybody. We all have to work, to see how best we can protect. Let's look at the facilities and the facility. Look at it.
Dear viewers, this is Spoon TV with me, Sylvester Interplay. We are live from Fiaman in Monrovia. The city mayor of Monrovia, Mayor John Charu Siafa, is inspecting various waste management facilities across Monrovia, and he's beginning with the Fiaman facility. So wherever you are, however you following, welcome as we tour Monrovia today.
So thank you so much for following our conversation tonight. You know, we've been discussing a very important issue. Like we said, our guests been facing some technical problems, so we couldn't have him on. So that's why we have been trying, you know, to keep the light on, discussing the significant issue as it relates to Liberia. You know, the protection of the environment is everybody's business, and environmental health is everybody's business. Your health is very important. So you have to do everything to protect yourself. We understand government, everything government cannot do all. We as a citizen have to take responsibility on some of these things. We have to take responsibility on some of these things. So it's not you have your own garbage around your area, you created a garbage, your waste, and then you just take it, dispose it closer to you. At the end of the day, you're going to get the feedback. It's going to be very bad for you. So all we are saying, we all need to work together. We all need to work together to protect our environment. We need a clean and safe environment. You listen to the song from the students from FTI. Forest is life. Forest is life. Use it wisely. The environment is life. The environment is life. You need to use the environment wisely. Let me turn the song around. How can you use the the environment wisely? Try to manage the environment. Let's say dispose your waste properly. Do not just take garbage and send it everywhere in the community. The place is just dirty. Even that's why when people go to hospital, they face serious health issues. And you just feel it's all about, you know, why what you looking for, sometimes you're looking for witchcraft around, like brother May would say. Witch do exist, but you can be the witch or the wizard in your own life. You can be that witch or that wizard in your own life. If you fail to protect the environment, if you fail to clean your environment, you fail to get a good health. Because a safe environment give you a healthy life. You live good life. All those flies that will leave those garbages and come over your food, sit on the food. At the end of the day, you take the food and eat. You sit eating, and then your hand can rest, sending your hand left and right over the food. Do you think it's really helping? You will notice that even with all that energy you're applying to flip your hand left and right, there are some flies that will stay sit on that food. You don't know what is going on there. Leave some bacteria in that food, some germs in that food. You're gonna take and eat. Do you know the health implication? So, folks, all we are saying tonight, we have to work. You can form your own group in your community. You can form your own group. That's why every community have its leadership. Government cannot do all. Government cannot do all. We understand it's the government duty and responsibility. But who make the government? Who make the government? You are the government. We are the government. So it's not an individual thing. Everyone else have to work. We are the government. If there is no citizen in Liberia, who going to govern who? We makes the government. So if we want the government to succeed, and then Liberia, where is Liberia? We are Liberia. If there is no citizen within our country, how do you think that place will be called? One forest sitting somewhere. We are Liberia. We are Liberia. For example, if you go to church, they say, the school. Who makes the school? The students at the school. If there is no students in that building, that building could be turned to another thing, maybe your church or some kind of store, or people start a resident. So, folks, we have to work together as a citizen. We have to be responsible as a citizen in Liberia to take our own responsibility and protect our environment. The environmental talk will always be here every Wednesday to educate you, to bring out topic that will be, useful in your daily life. All depends if you put us to practice. We do not know all. We are still in a learning curve. Even those who have PhDs today, some people have 2, 3 PhDs, they are still in a learning curve. But little we know, we're trying to share our own knowledge with you. Looking at the environment we find ourselves in. Look at Rwanda today. You can sit in the drainage you eat. You can sit in the drainage you eat. I live right side of the road here. Every morning, you have people sweeping on the streets. Every morning, there's 2 ladies and son. Sometimes they right opposite my house here, the road here. 2 ladies, a son here. One take the left, one take the right. You see, they sweep that place every morning. Make sure the street is clean. The drainage, all the drainages that surround that street, they get down in the drainage and sweep that place. So the policy is great. The citizens are responsible. You don't see people taking garbage and go, throw it on the road in the night. During Rwanda, as you may be aware, from my own point of view, like 90% of the houses here, of the homes, in fence. So if you make a garbage, you put in your fence. Even if you get 2, 3 apartments in your fence, every apartment has key to that gate. So everyone, you enter the gate, you lock the gate. The other person go out, they lock the gate. That's the kind of environment we find ourselves in. They have good security, very clean environment. But unlike our society, it's not like that. The environment is dirty. It's actually dirty. Nowhere to sugarcoat that. The environment is dirty. What are we doing? Why can't we put ourselves together, in a community like, yes, look, let at least every household within a community contribute this amount of money, and then maybe we could get a mini keke. Yes. At the end of the day, the community leaders, you charge each household this amount of money that you're supposed to pay or collect your garbage. Every morning, like for me, every Monday, people come to my house to collect the garbage. And like I say, I pay like 3,500 Rwanda francs every month. If you do your calculation, it might be even less than $2 US every month. So people are responsible. The education, we need more awareness. We agree. That's what we are doing here, educating you, giving you all we can, telling you what you need to know about your environment. Why should you protect your environment? Environmental protection, environmental management is everybody's business. A safe, a clean environment is a healthy environment. The entire environment is contaminated in that country. What is going on, people? We have to work together. We have to work, contribute in your community. And I think one of the things we need to do in Liberia is to stop the sale of, let's start from the water plastic before we talk about banning plastic. Yeah, we can come to that. It's a gradual process. But firstly, let's stop people selling mineral water in bottles, let's say in plastic. If you want to, if you have a mineral water factory, you want to sell mineral water, sell that water in a bottle. At least, those short bottles. Sell water in the bottle. Somebody want to drink that water, they'll buy. Like even one night, people traveling, people see people walking on the road, they have their key in their hand, those sporting cup, they have their water in it. Student going to school, they put it, the can, the water in the can, they carry to school because you need a drink. So you don't see water in plastic. Yeah, I want for the water $10. This that no, you don't see water in plastic. Because take your go and do your statistic check. The mineral water, the cold water during Liberia is helping to dirty the country, dirty the city. So we need to put some policy into place that will govern those people who producing mineral water to stop producing mineral water in plastic. They should use the rubber bottle. At least it will help to reduce the plastic from Liberia. Folks, if you're watching, this is Environmental Talk, and we always here on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we always here. So you are welcome to join the conversation. If you're out there, if you are following live or you just coming across the video, if you have any discussion on your mind as it relates to an environmental issue, if you think you can discuss the topic, send a message. Send a message. Go in the comment section, drop the comment there. Send a message. We will invite you on so that we all can discuss it. We cannot do it alone. We are depending on you, our followers. It is because of you we are here. We are trying our best. And we want you to contribute to this platform. We had one show every Sunday, but this 2025, we added extra, let's say, extra program called Environmental Talk. And it will be on every Wednesday. It will be on every Wednesday. So I want you to, join the conversation. My colleagues and I were here, but it's like network issues, so they drop. So we have been discussing for length for more than an hour now. And I think if you've been following the conversation or if you just joining, start the show over and you're going to get what we are discussing. And you can just make your own comments. We are not experts. We are still students. Some get degree in environmental management conservation. And we have been working, in the space of environment in Liberia. So we understand these things. You don't have to even work there before you see them. You walk on the road, you see the environment is there. They just saw those videos that we were playing here. You are not even proud of your own country. So there are a lot of things we need to put in place. But I guess, and it's not one person business. It's not something that can happen overnight. It's a gradual process that we all need to work, put our feet to work. If we want to have Liberia like other countries, the Rwanda or other countries around. Look, Rwanda is environmentally friendly, folks. Rwanda is environmentally friendly. Every part of it, you even go in some villages, sometimes clean, people sweep. Or even their gates, people clean them every morning. They sweep the place. So what are you waiting for? Somebody should come knock you to clean your own environment. So thinking we don't have much time this all the time I'll have we have on this Deneco program Environmental Talk. We ask you to join the conversation this come Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we're going to be here again discussing issue about the environment. This is the second episode of Environmental Talk. The last time we were discussing the issue about forest, and today we're discussing the issue about waste management. So we hope to have another discussion that will be within the environment. Yes, environmental talk on Wednesday. So encourage somebody. If you know any scientists, anybody out there that can discuss the issue, we're going to bring you on. We share the conversation, educate other people. This is why we decide to this is what we sound for. We decide to we sound to protect the environment. So all we need to do is awareness. So if we don't have the financial cash to support, we can talk. The little thing we know, we're going to share it. At least tomorrow, if we say, oh, my son who was learning about me, he gave his own contribution to the country when it comes to managing me. So thank you so much. Do have a good day. My name is Tados Vibala, and the man Broske Gwambei, he is the host on Environmental Talk. Do join us next week Wednesday on this identical show. Join Wednesday on Environmental Talk. You're going to have another good topic that we actually, encourage you to always follow us. Like I said, we don't know all, but we try our best to educate the people about our environment. So let me go for this song so that we can leave. The Forestry Training Institute in Tottenbury, Bomi County is one of Liberia's institution. This institution trains forest ranger. It trains people who want to protect the forest. So if you're in Liberia and you want to start out something, probably you don't have the finance to go to the University of Liberia. You could sorry, you could make your way to the Forestry Training Institute of Liberia, and then you're going to get for now. When we were there, it was at diploma level, but for now, FTI is issuing or AA degree. So you can go to FTI, and first we were just learning everything in one or general forestry, and we have but for now we have general forestry. We have wood technology, wood science and technology. We had a department there, and we also had a general mechanic department there, FTI. But for now, they have conservation, they have community, they have commercial. So you can go and then form part of join any department that you wish, so that we all can help in the protection of the environment. So let's go home with this, and then thank you so much for following. My name is Tados Vibala once more, and I am the producer for this show, and Bruce K. Gwambei, he is the host on Environmental Talk. Thanks to Brooks and thanks to the man Victor Mame for your continued support, and to all of our staff at Screen Vision. We say thank you so much for making us to be where we are today. Until then, do have a good night. Bye bye from my end.
The forestry sector of Liberia is our hope for sustainable livelihoods.
I really want to be a forest ranger because I know that the forest is a very important resource to my country.
They are future forest rangers training to protect one of Earth's most important ecosystems, the Upper Guinea forest. Spread across 6 West African countries and regionally covering 1.2 million square miles, much of the Upper Guinea has been lost to widespread logging and unsustainable use of forest resources. Today, the largest portion, some 40% of the remaining forest, is in Liberia, and the country has taken some bold steps to protect and conserve the forest.
According to the Liberian Forestry Law 2006, it prescribes that 30% of the total